My name is Joëy Carr, of course, and today, for the first time, an evening with Mr. Will Phelps of Detroit, Michigan.
Hello,
Thank you so very
Carr.
much.
An evening with Joëy Carr?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Phelps.
Yes, I am here.
You are here.
Yes.
My mentor, you were the one first gave me my first start right here in Detroit as a model. Thank you very much. That was like 20 years ago, people.
And he did the model thing great. I have some pictures of Joëy.
Oh, wow.
And he was doing his thing on stage, and it looked like, when I went back and I looked at the pictures of Joëy, it was so much fun for me just to see.
Wow. So, Mr. Phelps, tell me about, first you being a stylist and promoter in the city, how did you get started with that?
The promotion side of it came from a cousin that I had. My cousin David was a promoter.
Okay.
It was back in the disco era. So when they did things, Joëy, it was with such style, such grace, and the atmosphere, the disco era, which I believe the disco era is happening now. It just happens for a certain clique. But it was such an electric time because people really paid attention to fashion. They really paid attention to the harmony of the person. That's what I liked about the disco era. So that's where I got my start, was from my cousin David,
And as a stylist?
As a stylist, I got that from my mom and my cousin David. They were both stylists. I graduated from St. Mary's of Redford in 1981.
Okay.
After I graduated, I did a two-year stint at Rex Electronics, which was called International Education Center now, something like that. So once I finished there, I said, well, I like doing hair. I was already cutting hair in high school. So I went to high school. I went to hair school. And hair school really fit who I am because hair is really entertainment. That's all it is.
I believe there's a lot of talented people here in the Detroit area. You work with a lot of models and a lot of artists. What is missing? What is the drive? It just seems like something's missing when you're working with different young people. It seems like they want the dream, but they're not willing to do the work. Would you say, or what is missing when you're working with different talents? Do you feel that something's missing, or I don't know, what advice would you give for the next person who wants to work with Will Phelps as a model or as an artist?
They have the talent, they just don't have the connection. There's a gap. The child that comes up today, or the young person that comes up today, the ones that don't get it are the ones that are not connected and understand that they need to understand what has happened before them.
I see.
You can't know your history in order to go to your future. So,
can you say that one more time? Say that one more time. I want them to really understand that, hear that.
If you don't know your history, you cannot know your future. It's one in the head, one in the same. So they're connected. And so today's young person comes out already with this feeling of, I've accomplished what I need to accomplish. And
go in.
You have to learn how to be graceful. You have to learn how to understand. Respect the people who have history. It's the same thing we were taught as kids coming up. We had parents. If you have parents that have always be respectful for your adult. And the reason of that is because they have a lot of knowledge that you don't have yet. So you want to know their knowledge, plus you want to understand your knowledge of today. So I think that's the disconnect. There's a lot of talented people here. There's a lot of things happening here in Detroit that are very positive. There is a disconnect, though, between the groups of people. And how that disconnect comes together is the understanding that I need to know who you are, I need to understand who you are, how you think, and there's just a disconnect,
As a party promoter, how do you get people to come to your parties or come back to the party? What is the key or the secret of success as a party promoter? Because it's very difficult trying to get people to come to your party, and also proper etiquette when they do come to the party, how to conduct themselves.
I used to say a long time ago there was bar etiquette. And bar etiquette is learning what to do when you're in a bar.
Yes.
You need to understand that a server is there to wait on you, but a server is there not just as a server. This is a person there that their livelihood depends on what they do for you. So when you go into a bar or you go into a club, make sure that you tip the service person.
Yes.
If you tip the
Tip your bartenders.
tip your bartender.
They're serving you.
Yeah, you tip your bartender. He or she is coming back to serve you. So that's one thing. You need to understand bar etiquette. You need to understand that when you're in a bar, that there are going to be people there that you don't know, but you can always make a friend. I think the whole social media era has kind of taken people out of the I'm going to talk to you kind of way of doing things. But you have to talk to people, you have to get to know them, you have to understand that everybody's different. Understand that just because they do things differently doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make what you do right. So hospitality is the most important thing in promotion.
Will, who is your mentor? Who is the person that scoped you to be the person that you are today? Who is that person? Who has been that person in your life?
It's two people. It's my mom and dad.
Your mom and dad.
My mom and dad always said, hey, respect your elders, try to be a person of your word, and just do things the right way. You know, everybody makes mistakes in what they do because we're all learning.
Yes.
But if you have respect for others, you will accomplish your goals.
That's very important.
Yeah.
There's so much with that respect. What keeps you here in the city of Detroit, Michigan?
My kids.
Your kids. Because you could be anywhere. Come on, Will. You could be in New York. You could be in LA. You could be in Miami. They need you as a stylist, as a party promoter, as an event promoter. This is the man to go to. So your kids is what keep you in the city of Detroit.
A few years ago, I met a guy. He was a movie producer. He was working on a film, and he came to me to do some work.
Yes.
And so as we were working together, we got to be friends. And he said, well, why are you here in Detroit? He said, they're looking for you in other cities. And I said to him, it's home. You know, it's where my kids are. It's where I was raised. It's home. So as of right now, to uproot my kids are dancers. I have 3 dancers and an actor.
Okay.
And to uproot them from their comfortable surroundings would be hard for me to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what keeps me here.
You know, I travel a lot as well, from New York to Miami to Chicago, and I just feel that Detroit is home for us. It really does feel home. And people who have left the city of Detroit always come back and they say, you know what, I miss home. It's something about Detroit that brings people back home. And that's why I like this city so very much, and that's why I want to do this show right here in Detroit. People keep asking me, why would you want to do the city in Detroit when you can do it in Miami, LA, New York? Detroit is home. With the food, the fashion, the events, everything that goes on is right here in the city of Detroit. So speaking of that, I want to know your favorite things. We're going to go down the list of your favorite things as far as food, fashion, music, events, because that's what the show is about. So I would like to know, favorite place to shop for you here in the city of Detroit or the suburbs of Detroit?
The favorite place to shop would be, because I'm a thrift shopper, let me just say that.
Oh, really? Got some secrets going on, people.
Yeah, I like to find pieces.
Okay.
I like to find pieces that don't have a time period.
Yes.
That you can just keep and just continue on. So I do a lot of thrift shopping if I'm shopping. I have friends who have boutiques here. I stop by their boutiques and see them, and maybe get 1 or 2 pieces here to add to the collection. But I like timeless things. I like things that are gonna last for the longest. There's so many great restaurants here.
Yes.
So many new things happening here. Detroit is such a place that's on the rise.
Yes.
And you can find something that fits everybody here. So there's just many options. If you look around downtown Detroit, you see all the things that's happening. It's a great time to be of Detroit.
And we're going to show you different clips of the city of Detroit. As a matter of fact, we'll do that right now. Let's take a moment out and let me show you some clips. All right, 5 questions for you guys. Are you ready? I'm ready. All right. If I gave you guys $1,000 right now, what would you do with it?
I would invest it.
If I have,
Go party with it!
what would you do with it?
We'd have a drink! With my credit card.
I will buy
Put it to a credit card. Okay, if I had 2 concert tickets, front row, who would you want to be performing?
Will Phelps!
Eminem and Jay-Z.
Did you hear that? Eminem and Jay-Z.
And Holy Service.
Yeah. What's your answer? Kid Rock as well? Yep. Yep. There is a limousine going to come around the corner at any moment. Who would you want to be in it?
Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj.
Who would you want to be in it?
Nicki Minaj.
Kid Rock and David Bowie.
Whoa! Okay, are you a freak or are you romantic?
I'm a
Romantic.
fuck that. Fuck that. I'm out. Fuck that.
She's a freaking romantic. Wow. What brings you down out tonight? Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Once in the evening with Joëy Carr. So as you guys saw the different clips of the city of Detroit, I love the evening. That's why it's called an evening with Joëy Carr, because the evening atmosphere is just so beautiful at night, and it's just amazing. Do you have a favorite artist, whether on the radio or who do you listen to music-wise?
I love the Detroit artists. I love Eminem. I love Big Sean.
Okay.
Dej Loaf is coming up. She's great. Bobby I is great.
Nice.
NASA, Corey Nassa's doing his thing. So we've got a lot of talent here in Detroit, which you've always had here, but we've got a lot of up-and-coming stars here. So,
is there anyone in particular you want to promote here in the Detroit area? Do you know any names of the fact that comes to mind?
yes, I do. You have to watch out for Corey Nassa on the R&B side.
Corey, say their name again.
Corey Nassa.
Do you know a website we can put down on the screen?
Yeah, his Facebook and his Twitter and his Instagram is Corey Nassa, and that's Corey and NASA like the space program, NASA.
Thank you.
He has won the Home Turf Verizon Wireless contest here.
Okay.
He's the best male artist, up-and-coming artist for Detroit Music Awards and Detroit Black Music Awards. Corey has done a lot.
Corey, I'm going to need you, so if you're watching, make sure you come stop right by and check me out, and you know, maybe we could do an interview as well, and you know, maybe have some music and put you on the scene. I would love to do that for an evening with Joëy Carr.
Definitely have to get Corey out. And Bobby I on the rapper side,
Yes.
they call him the Frank Sinatra of rap.
Really?
Yeah.
You hear that, people?
Yeah, he plays the piano, and he's just a classy rapper.
Nice.
That's what he is. Yeah,
We
so-
need that too. We
yeah.
need diversity. I believe
Yeah,
that.
Definitely.
Yes. What do you want people to know about Will Phelps?
Will Phelps is a lover of Detroit City. He's a lover of family. He's a lover of God. The things that I always have done was try to bring the excitement and the fun to what I do. I came up as a kid in an era which was so, I mean, the 70s and the 80s, early 80s was an era for African Americans where they just had so much style, so much class, and so much camaraderie. So I came up in a very special time, and I want to be able to pass that era on to the people that I meet, like yourself.
Thank you.
So when I do something and when I do an event, I want to make sure the ingredients are there for a person to understand that this is not something that just happened today. This is some lineage here.
Yes.
This is some history here
Yes.
of how to enjoy an event. That's what I want people to know. So Will Phelps is about putting on a great event, but also teaching you how to have fun and putting a little bit of the history in there so you can understand this is what is done before you. It's just passed on.
Is that the legacy that you want to leave behind as well? About you or about what you do, your business?
Yeah, the legacy, anybody's legacy is always to say, hey, I made a mark. I made a
Yes.
difference. I made a
That's
difference
so
for people.
important.
Yeah. There are kids that I've met, and I laugh about this sometimes. There are kids that came to me like you came to me,
Yes.
that may not have had the confidence, that may not have had the idea that they could be what they wanted to be, and I wanted to instill in them, you can be anybody that you want to be. All you gotta do is work hard at it.
You hear that?
Yeah.
It's very important, people. Is there any events that you'd like to promote on the show? Since we've got an audience right now.
Well, I have an audience, and yeah, I do a day party.
Okay.
Day parties are parties that happen today. And just so you know a little bit of information,
Please.
people wear a lot of sunglasses at night at parties. You see a lot of celebrities, and they have the shades on at night. Well, the shades on at night didn't come from them just wanting to wear shades at night. It came from day events. It came from celebrities a long time ago at an event with their shades on. I mean, if you go back to a lot of Hollywood events, they'll be by the pool. They had the shades on, and that just transcended into the evening. So I have a day party. My name is Will Phelps. You can reach me at 313-779-0832 on Facebook at Will Phelps. I have many Facebook pages at Will Phelps. I have Instagram at Will Phelps Get It. That's WILLPHELPS Get It.
And we're also going to put it right here.
You gonna put it right here?
You're going to put it right here as well.
Get It. GETIT. So please reach out to me because I would like for you to come and see what it is I do.
Mr. Phelps, I so appreciate your time. I thank you very much for this interview. An evening with Joëy Carr. Thank you guys for tuning in and have a good night.
Peace.